It's the queen of information. This is the Bev Smith Show.
Let me know what we can do to publicize this case, because this is just outrageous.
Empower yourself so that you can empower others. This is the Bev Smith Show.
Reading is fundamental. And we who are of African descent, we owe the ancestors to learn how to read.
Inspiring, motivating, empowering. This is the Bev Smith Show.
So maybe we can get a national dialogue, which is something that we need in this country. We don't want to talk about it. But we go to war over other countries that are doing ethnic cleansing. And what are we doing here in this country?
Ensuring that we continue to maintain the voice of the community. This is the Bev Smith Show on the Empowerment Radio Network. Get empowered.
Hello and welcome to the new Bev Smith Show. Hope you enjoyed the conversation from the previous hour. You know we were talking about sentencing and talking about our men and women who are incarcerated. Now, I just want to run this as a disclaimer because I didn't say it before. If you do the crime, you got to do the time, because we're absolutely, positively tired of black folks preying on black folks. Everybody go, amen, Sister Bev, amen, because I am tired of it. We're not talking about that. If you're a criminal and you are preying on senior citizens in our community, you're robbing, you're crawling through women's windows and raping them, put you underneath the jail. We're not even talking about you. But we're talking about young people that never really had a chance. And someone that is stuck in the prison system, gets out, like Eric Bates, the example that we gave, goes back to school, gets his engineering degree, and the only reason why they won't make him eligible to vote is not so much because he's in Virginia, not so much because of the law, but he has a $3,000 fine that he has not paid. And they say they will give him his right to vote if he pays the $3,000 fine. Well, help me understand, folks. Like, it's very simple, very elementary, my dear Watson. No job, no money. No money, can't pay the fine. Can't pay the fine, can't vote. Can't vote, can't get a job. Doo-dah, doo-dah. So find out what your chapter of, the local chapter of the NAACP is doing. Ben has a national campaign around this issue. We have not talked for 2 weeks now? About 3 weeks now? To our legal eyes. I mean, we haven't talked publicly to them. We talk to them all the time. But the McAbee sisters are with us, Cheryl and Charlene. And they are with us regularly. Really, every 2 weeks we bring them on to talk about the legal issues and to gossip about the law and to help you understand. And by the way, what I want you to start doing is, if you have a question and you want them to answer the question, they will give you their email address as we talk with them. So get a pen and a pencil ready. And when I say the McAbee sisters are here, you should get a pen and a pencil ready anyway. If I'm sounding a little nasal, I've been fighting a cold. And I have this magnificent image of my producer with a Kleenex hanging out of his nose right now. So we're suffering through this. But my friends, my good friends, are here with us. Please welcome two attorneys, two sisters, giving us the law. They are Charlene, attorney, Cheryl, attorney, the McAbees. We call it the McAbee Factor. Hello, my friends. How are you?
Oh, we're fine. How are you, Bev?
I am trying so much to get over this cold, which you guys know. And Cheryl, are you over yours yet?
I still have a little bit of it hanging on, so you might hear me coughing every so often.
I was going to say the same thing to you. Are getting a little stuffy in the nose a little bit. But
Yeah.
otherwise, all right, there's so much to talk about. First of all, let's reintroduce you to people who may have not been following you, and you've got a website, and we want to give that information. We'll start with you, Charlene. Give us a little background. Tell us about yourself, and then we'll go to you, Cheryl.
Well, I'm attorney Charlene McAbee. I have worked for the Department of Labor for 38 and a half years. I went to night school where I went to law school at night, And I have always been very, very in love with the law, and I'm just very excited about teaching law to people so that they will not have a problem when they're confronted by a legal issue.
Wait a minute, Cheryl, before, what we should tell them is that these sisters are very modest. Charlene went to school at night for law, but you have other degrees. And since my mama's listening and we're bragging about you, do some bragging rights. Give them a little more of your background.
Okay. I have a bachelor's in psychology, sociology, and Russian. And why I have a minor in Russian is a story unto itself. I have a master's degree in education with an educational specialist. I have all my credits for a PhD in education, educational psychology, but I didn't finish the dissertation, so it's ABD, all but dissertation. And I have a law degree. I love going to school. I always have. And so it was one of these things where I spent a great deal of time in school while I was working. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think there's anything that you find in any school that you can't use in your life at some time or other.
You certainly have covered all the bases, education, sociology, and the law. Now, we should probably run you for president. Those seem to be the credentials lately for that office. All right, Cheryl, it's your turn.
Okay, well, my sister and I have probably different paths that we've taken, gone on different journeys. She's gone on the psychology, sociology journey, and I've gone on more the technical journey. And my background is I have a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering and Economics, and matter of fact, I was the first African-American female to graduate from Carnegie Mellon University with a degree in chemical engineering. And then my sister and I both went back to law school at night together while we worked during the day in various endeavors.
I love it. Plus, you also own a company. Tell us about that. I'm proud to be a part of it. Tell us about that.
Well,
see, I shocked them. Did you hear that? They didn't know that was coming.
That's about it. This is Attorney Charlene McAbee. I have a nonprofit, River Industries, where we help underemployed, unemployed, and at-risk persons find employment, because I was fortunate enough to get out of college and do exactly what I wanted to do, help people make a choice, change, or adjustment to employment. And I then worked as a counselor, and then I worked as a counseling supervisor for approximately 20 years. I had a statewide program for people to work, to help them get back to work, and I was an unemployment compensation referee for 12 years. I then retired so that I could come and help my sister, because she needed help in the business that she had with her company, and I didn't think that I would need what I'm doing now, but when I got out, I found out that the unemployment was worse than when I had started in the 60s, and so since it's my passion to find employment for people, we're combining our skills and training people for the Marcellus Shale industry. It's a wonderful program, a wonderful situation that's going on in Pennsylvania, where the jobs are fabulous, but we need targeted training. We need people to be trained for the positions that are available, not people to be trained for training, and then they get out and they can't find employment. And so we're doing that so that we can help, and I'm doing that through my nonprofit.
And I have a for-profit, Charlene has River Industries, I have River Development Corporation, and River Development Corporation owns a strip mall, and someone was just telling us today they think that we're probably the largest for-profit landowners in western Pennsylvania, and we own the strip mall in the city of Pittsburgh, and our strip mall, we're converting it into a recycling center, and we will have doing a lot of training there with the recycling. And matter of fact, we're thinking about getting involved with training in the utility industry, not just the energy industry, but also the utility industry, because 40% of the utilities will be losing their employees very shortly due to retirement. And so we want to get into that area, and we're going to try to get permission to install some climbing poles so people can learn to climb up and down the utility poles for the electric utilities. And then we, with River Development,